Hello YouTube, I'm gonna replace a scan IC on LG buffer board, backlight buffer board. Here's the part number if you guys can see it. It doesn't really matter, this is pretty generic. I start doing it, or actually I uploaded a video a while ago for how to remove the IC, and I never actually did another one for how to install the new IC. And per request per my friend Matt needed me to upload another video and show him how the installation procedure is done. Here's a business card if you guys have any questions. Last time I did this, I didn't have the scan ICs ready, and I ended up pausing the video, but this time I made sure to have everything ready. So I'm gonna try my best to do the whole procedure right on the video. But anyway, just a quick thing before we start here. Let me turn my meter on. We got a shorted board here. You just go on a ground thing, on a ground lead here, which is this big trace, and go across your contact. There you go. You guys hear that? I got a short right here. There you go. That's a shorted IC, which is this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Everything else read good. So basically all we're going to do is here just remove this epoxy. Just simply use your nail. The whole idea of doing these jobs is you have to be in and out very, very quick. It's so easy to damage the board itself and the traces underneath the IC. Try to get as much epoxy as possible. This adhesive, it makes it really, really tough to do the job. So the more you get out now, the better your installation of a new IC will be. The easiest. Well, the easier it would be. Just simply use your nail and remove as much epoxy as you can. One thing I do want to mention is this heatsink here was simply just on top of these two ICs, and all I had to do is just use pliers, grab it and just push one end and it will lift right off, and it will give you access to the ICs, scan ICs. Let's continue on cleaning this. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, so I have to go real fast with this. Okay, this is IC120, and the part number on it is, I'll tell you here in a minute. I'm going to include all that stuff in the video description, so if you miss it now, you can always just read the description. High magnification is always really important, so I got a 22x that I just go back and confirm that I got as much adhesive off as possible. Alright, so give me a second, let me turn on a hot air station.
More quickly, that makes it more difficult to have an environment where the stock market continues to go up, up, up. So I think President Trump will have to reconcile how he feels about interest rates and how he feels about the stock market.
Well, I would answer that though, except if Janet Yellen and the Fed act a little more aggressively than the bond market expects the stock market.
It's going to be a little loud here because I'm going to have the hot air station running on high, and I run it on max. This way I can get in and out pretty quick. I have the hot air station running on high, and temperature, I believe it reaches up to 480. And I also have the fan blowing because I don't want to inhale all that toxic fume, all the flux. I like to start by taking a little bit of flux here and just adding it to the contact. Seems to help. Okay. I know it looks like I'm putting way too much on here, but it actually, you don't really need that much. But the more you put on there, the easier the IC will pull, or the less chance you have damaging the traces. Okay, I'm waiting for the iron. Okay, it's already hot. What I'm gonna do is grab fine tip tweezers. Okay, I don't like these. Okay, those are fine. So my hot air won't reach all the way over here, so I'm gonna put this on a box to lift it up a little bit. One thing I like to mention also is, if I can find my magnifier. Hold on, guys. I need a Q-tip here. Pin number 1 on the IC is right here. It's over here. It's marked with a little arrow, and I believe they all face. Yep, they all face the same direction. So this one's pin number 1. This is pin number 1. So what we're gonna do here is, okay, remove this IC. Make sure your orientation is right when you go to install the new IC, otherwise it's going to defeat the purpose of doing the whole thing. Try to keep your heat right in the center, because there's a solder pad. And try to stay away from this connector here, because it will melt. The number on the IC is 3407F, I believe. I'll double check it here once I get it off. I'm actually touching the IC with the with my nozzle. There's full contact. I think I'm gonna go back and apply some solder to the pins, which I always do. I don't know, let's try it this way, see what happens. The most important thing is not to damage the traces, because once you do, game over. If your iron can reach a higher temperature than mine, if it's a better quality, go ahead and crank it up, because the whole idea is to be in and out as quick as possible without damaging anything. As long as you keep your heat over the IC itself, then you're not going to charcoal your board. I've seen people online try to apply the heat from underneath, which I don't like to do. The most difficult part of doing this process is removing the IC without any damage. The IC is starting to lift slightly now, so I'm able to get my tweezers and underneath this corner here, and it's lifting slowly. Okay. There you go. Eventually it will just lift right up. There we are. Just set that over here. Okay. We can go ahead and turn off the iron right now. And again, the most important thing is the board is not charcoal. The traces are good. Underneath there's no heat. It looks nice and clean. Alright, now the cleaning process. I already have the iron hot. Apply more flux. Market is doing well today, so that's good news. Hopefully it stays that way. We can all use some good news. Alright, so a little bit of flux here, and iron is already hot. Now we need solder, if I can find it. Where's my solder? As you guys can see, I'm not very organized, and it's anything that sits on this bench gets lost almost immediately. Anyway, here's some solder. Grab your, I'm gonna have to get my other magnifier. Give me a second. Guys that attempt this repair always think it's the difficult part is soldering the IC. That's actually the easy part. The difficult part is removing the IC. Again, it's all about speed, so try to be as quick as possible without damaging anything. These traces look excellent. Try to go in the same direction as the traces. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I'll show you, I'll give you guys a close-up here of what it looks like here in a minute. Okay. Again, be careful around these oh, I just ruined a trace. But you know what? I got lucky. This one doesn't have, it's a no connection trace. Maybe that's why it peeled off. Anyway, my point is, don't press too hard. I should be okay without this trace. It's really the difficult part is getting all that epoxy off of there. No, what I was trying to say is make sure you don't melt these, whatever you call these things, okay. Cleanup procedure is really important, otherwise your IC won't sit flush. And let me get that some cleaning, get some alcohol, and we'll see what kind of results we have there. 99% alcohol. Just come in here and give it a good clean. That looks great. That looks really, really good. That looks excellent. Where's the cap? I don't want to leave the alcohol open because it'll evaporate eventually. So, alright, so it's all cleaned up. A lot of light is always good. Okay. Alright, everything looks good. Hopefully this camera will pick this up, but here's the, I'm gonna try to use this. There you go, that's good. You guys can see there. You see that trace that I peeled up? It actually doesn't go anywhere, so we're still good. But overall, everything looks nice and clean. And hold on a second, I'm trying to get this, my camera. There you go, that looks great. Overall, that looks really good. All right, here we go. So now it's time to install the new IC, which it's not too difficult to do. The number off of this IC, by the way, is, if I can find, oh, here you go. Give me a second, guys. Uh, 3407E. That's the IC that came out of this board. So just grab another scan IC. And alright, give me a second here. That's what happened when you're not prepared. trying to get my vacuum tool, you guys. Give me just 1 second. Sorry about this. All right. So, just get my tool ready here. And again, pin number 1 is down here, so we have to make sure it's already marked on the IC. So just come down here, pick one up, bring it down here. Okay, that looks good. And bring the tweezers again, align it properly. One thing I forgot to do, which I need to do right now, is clean that center pad because the IC won't sit flush. So I'm going to set that over here for a second. And that center pad needs to be flattened out. So just a little bit more flux in the middle. All right. Solder wick. Iron. Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay. I gotta clean this iron because it's not doing a great job. There we go. All right, that looks good. Make sure you have your fan turned up on high because you definitely don't want to inhale all these fumes. Most videos that I watch always that people have a vacuum, and I prefer going the opposite direction. I like for the fume to be pushed away from me, not toward me. Give me a second, you guys. Let me answer this call. Obaid Electronics. Never mind, I missed the call. They'll call back. All right, I did some cleaning here. Now all we have to do is bring the IC back. Okay. Make sure your orientation, pin number 1 is down here. Make sure it's lined up properly. This is important because you don't want to desolder and solder again. Okay. Gotta get more adhesive. This epoxy here, it's in the way. Okay, let's try it again. Once you get it aligned, the rest of it is all cake. Okay. Looks good. I need to take this up just to here. Okay. I think my cat's hungry. I gotta go feed it, but let me finish this video first. I don't want it to be that long. Once you get it all four sides lined up, you just tack it, and then the rest of it's all just easy from there, from that point on. What's making this so tough is the adhesive, because it's just pushing. Okay, let me see. I should have did a little bit better job cleaning. You see there's still some more right here. So the more you get out at the initial step, the easier this job will be. This epoxy's all over. Okay, try this again. Okay. Okay, I feel good about this. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of flux here, a little bit here. All right. Some solder. Just get a little bit of dab of solder on the end, and don't worry about it. Just put a dab here and a dab there, and the rest of it's all, you can clean it up. It's so easy to do. All right, now you got these two sides, you shoot corners down. Now you can let go. And what I usually do, now I know everything's lined up properly. Let me double check this corner here. I can always move it because I only have one corner tacked in. Alright, everything looks good. I may want to push this up just a hair.